I'm about to go down to Taco Bell and give me a blast.
V Rising is a survival crafting isometric action RPG developed by Stunlock. The game was released on Steam on May 17th of this year in early access and has quickly climbed in popularity. At the recording of this video, it sits at over 20,000 reviews that are all very positive. The game boasts a modest price of $20, so I decided that today we would check it out from the new player perspective. Before we get started, a huge thank you to all the recent subscribers and returning viewers. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like to bite the algorithm and consider subscribing to hide from the sun. Thank you for being here. Enjoy. In V Rising, you take on the role of a vampire lord who is overthrown by humanity and forced into hiding. After centuries of slumber, you have finally awoken to a world that has all but forgotten your reign. It is time to remind the world of the living who is the master of the night. So I decided to play solo on a private PvE server on standard difficulty. After adjusting some graphics settings, I started up the server and was thrown into character creation. The character creator is decent, and it afforded me the ability to make the exact vampire I wanted to play. Cain lives again. My journey began in a crypt where I learned the basics of movement and attacking. V Rising utilizes combat facing based on where your mouse pointer is located. The controls are snappy and easy to understand. Upon leaving the crypt, I was introduced to my first taste of combat, skeletons. The game seems to favor a circle strafe fighting style or hit and retreat tactic. After only a few skeletons, I was already enjoying the combat, measuring my enemy's attack pattern and being just out of range only to step in and deliver a killing blow. Very fun combat indeed. Within the graveyard, I was walked through crafting my first set of weapons, tools, and armor. The crafting system early on is very easy with a good interface. Alright, armed and armored. Now it was time to shop around for some reservation to start building what would become my castle. It was here that I encountered my first real problem. Not with the game, but in the game. I had decided to set down my coffin in the lair of a twisted treant. I was able to avoid him at first, but I knew it was only a matter of time before one of us would have to leave, and not on our feet. No, this wasn't going to work out. Every time I stepped outside the confines of my new abode, he was there, ready to uproot his limbs and offer me an upgrade from undead to just plain dead. Now, I could have moved. My base wasn't even a base, really. It was a matter of principle. I was the rightful ruler of this world of darkness. How could I claim to be the master of the night when I was chased out of my home by Treebeard? No, he had to die. And the little skull indicator by his health bar said, "Try me, son." So I did. For almost an entire day cycle, I backpedaled out of reach of his limbs and conserved my shadowy dodge to avoid his grasping root spell. And I did it. I killed that filthy tree, and the feeling was exhilarating. All of a sudden, I was Cain, the vampire lord, and he nothing but splinters at my feet. Killing that treant sent a bloodlust in me that ignited the remainder of my 8 hours of play. This entire map was my kingdom, and anyone who stood in my way, they were just another tree. I tracked the alpha wolf and made him sit. I stormed the docks and made the foreman my underling.
What are you waiting for? Finish it.
I strolled into the copper mine and I broke the stonebreaker. I raided the bandit camp and melted Keely's face.
I slipped up. Damn it.
I ambushed Lydia and showed her true chaos.
Now look, eh?
I sundered Grayson's armor.
Just one more swing.
I roared in victory as I sent Goreswine the Ravager to hell. V-Rising has a way of taking what you love about crafting, combat, and a dark and gothic setting and making you feel immersed as a vampire. The world around you hates you and will stop at nothing to put you back in your coffin, but it is up to you as the player to show the world that it is you who should be feared. I really enjoyed recording this game, and although the mechanics are simplistic and the gameplay loop is repetitive, I never felt a grind while strengthening my vampire or building my castle. The game flows very well. As you craft more powerful items to take on stronger enemies, I barely noticed 8 hours pass, and this is just the PvE aspect of the game. If you love a dark setting with crafting, survival, and a solid action combat system with character growth, then I would recommend V-Rising. Whether you love PvP or PvE, this game offers a great deal of enjoyable content for a modest price of $20. Well, that's going to be it for me for V-Rising. I can easily say that I have already gotten my money's worth, and I am not even halfway down my vampires hit list. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like to charm the algorithm, and consider subscribing to show Treebeard what's up. And as always, have an amazing day. Goodbye.